Students will begin with something called as relative velocity. Relative velocity means the velocity with respect to each other. Point number 2, velocity with respect to each other means what? Like for example, you two friends or one of your close friend and yourself, imagine you are sitting on the seat inside a bus. Okay, the bus is moving and you friends sitting on the same seat, you are sitting and just talking, gossiping, chatting, whatnot, isn't it? Looking here and there, teasing somebody and all that. The point here is, what is physics here? Though the bus is moving, though you both are moving along with the bus, but with respect to each other, you are at rest. That is one example here. You never find your friend sitting besides you, that the friend is moving, isn't it? You find that respective friend is at rest. Though you are moving, she or he is moving, and the bus as well is moving. Still, you find that the two of you are at rest. Point number 1. Point number 2. Students, sometimes you don't have any friend that day. The friend misses the bus and you are sitting on the seat alone, and therefore you have no choice than watch outside the window. Okay, when you're watching outside the window, when your bus takes applies brakes or stops at a particular bus stop, and there is another bus besides your bus which moves ahead, you find that you are moving backward. The bus is not moving forward, but you are moving backward. Similarly, when the bus is at rest, when the other bus is at rest and you are moving, you find that the bus which you are peeping out of the window is moving backwards. Are you okay? This is something which is referred to as relative velocity. Means, though both may be in motion, though one may be at rest, the other may be in motion, and vice versa. Though you may be at rest and the other bus may be in motion when you are alone. Students, in all these three examples, we measure the velocity with respect to each other. Bus with respect to bus, and you with respect to your friend. This is something, the velocity between the two, which is called as relative velocity. And what is that relative velocity? It is the difference between the velocity of the two objects. Like for example, if you are moving in a bus and the other bus which is outside on the road standing, it's like it's like that other bus is moving backwards. In that case, we write the formula like this. If A and B are the two bodies, then the velocity of A with respect to B means you are comparing the velocity of B with A, is given by VA minus VB. If you are taking the velocity of B with respect to A, you are comparing the velocity of A with B, then we write it as VB minus VA. This is something called as the relative velocity. Now we will discuss easy part, motion in a plane. Students, what is motion in a plane also called as? It is called as two-dimensional motion. Now what is this two-dimensional motion? Where we not only consider the x-axis, we also consider another axis, like maybe xy axis, and hence a plane is formed which is called as the xy plane. So motion by taking into consideration two axes is called as a two-dimensional motion, and that is referred to as motion in a plane. Now for example, I'll show you. See, easy it is. You're just going to remember this. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. Let v1 be the velocity of the particle. Okay, let v1 be the or we'll put it like this, let x1 be the displacement of the particle. At time t1, let the particle reach at point P, and then let x2 be the displacement. x2 be the displacement of the particle at point Q. Then join PQ. Now what is PQ? I'll repeat. Let x1 be the displacement of the particle. We are plotting a graph of what? We are plotting a graph of displacement versus time. Students, let look here. Let x1 be the displacement of the particle. Let the particle reach the point P at time interval t1. Let the particle reach the point Q at time interval t2 with displacement x2. Then the difference between the displacements is this, that is x2, because x2 is larger than x1. Okay. Then in a plane, see here, this is a straight line here. Let x1 be the displacement in time interval t1, x2 be the displacement in time interval t2. And then the line PQ gives the displacement or the distance traveled. In that case, what do we do here? Students, how do you write vector x1? We write it as x1 I unit vector I plus y1 unit vector j. Why, teacher? This is vector x1 is in xy plane. Means we are going to consider the unit vector along x-axis, which is vector I, and we will consider the unit vector along y-axis, which is vector j. Similarly, vector x2 is what? I hope if you were in front of me, you would have told me. It is x2 unit vector I plus y2 unit vector j. So students, then vector x2, which is the displacement, x1 is the distance in time interval t1, x2 is the distance in time interval t2, then the minimum distance, that is x2 minus x1, is the displacement. Then the displacement x2 minus x1 is what? x2 minus x1, I hope you understand, unit vector I plus y2 minus y1 unit vector j. Then what is the velocity? Velocity is simple displacement upon the time interval, which you write it as x2 minus x1 unit vector I divided by t2 minus t1, okay, plus what? x2 minus x1 is what? x2 minus x1 plus y2 minus y1 vector j divided by t2 minus t1. Ends the story. This is the expression for average velocity. Why am I taking the help of unit vector I and unit vector j? Because the motion is in plane, students, and since the motion is in plane, we minimum require two axes. Here I have taken x and y axis. So when x and y axis come, we have to consider the unit vector I, that along x axis, and unit vector j along y axis. That's it. Okay, students, if we want to calculate the instantaneous velocity, how do we calculate? This is a curvature here, instantaneous velocity. How do you calculate the instantaneous velocity? It is limit as delta t. Again take the help of limit of delta x divided by delta t. Now you may ask me, teacher, limit? Yes. Again same story. When the time interval is very small, almost tending to 0, the displacement is also very small, almost tangent to the curve here. This is the entire chord to the curve, and this is the tangent to the curve, which gives us the velocity at that instant of time. Therefore, V instantaneous, we write it as limit as delta t tends to 0 of delta x by delta t is dx by dt. Are you okay? Dx by dt. That is the only criteria here, which you can write it as x unit vector I plus y unit vector j. That's it. Clear, students? This is point number 1. Now we will start with acceleration. Let me say, let v1 be the velocity of the particle at time interval t1, which you write it as how, students? How do you write it as v1 here? How do you write? Again, it's a motion in a plane. So let v1 be the velocity of the particle at time interval t1, which is v1x minus v1y. Okay, this is the velocity into unit vector v1x. We'll put it like this, students, just wait. Let concentrate. Let v1 be the velocity, which is v1x plus v1 by unit vector I at time interval t1. Let v2 be the velocity at time interval t2, which is v2x plus v2y unit vector j. Then what is acceleration here? Acceleration is change in velocity divided by the time interval for the change, which you write it as v2x minus v1x. हे दोन सबट्रॅक्ट करा कारण त्याच्यातून युनिट वेक्टर आय कॉमन काढता येते तुम्हाला. हां, मायनस v2y minus v1 by unit vector j divided by what? t2 minus t1. Ends the story. That's it, students. Are you okay here? v2x v2x minus v1x plus v2y minus v1y. That's it. That is the expression for acceleration. Okay. Now how do you obtain the equations in a plane? Students, खूप easy है. Let the u be the initial velocity of the particle. Let the particle be subjected to uniform acceleration a. Let v be the velocity attained by the particle after time interval t. Then what is acceleration, students? Change in velocity upon time, or therefore v minus u is equal to at, or therefore v is equal to u plus at. This is the expression for acceleration. Simple. Now what is average velocity? We'll put it like this. What is displacement? It is average velocity multiplied by time, because by definition velocity is displacement upon time. So displacement will be average velocity multiplied by time. S is equal to average is u plus v by 2 multiplied by t. Done. S is equal to u plus, what is v again? U plus at divided by 2 multiplied by t. I'll repeat. Displacement is average velocity multiplied by time. Displacement is average velocity multiplied by time. What is average velocity? U plus v by 2 into t. U plus, what is v? U plus at divided by 2 झालं. आता हे किती झालं? U plus u 2u. 2u divided by 2 is simply u, and at t multiply u plus u 2u divided by 2 u multiplied by t. At square half as it is at square. That's it. This is the expression for displacement. This is the expression for displacement. Are you okay here? This is one thing. In the next period, what I'm going to do is we'll begin with projectile motion, students. It's quite a lengthy derivation, and that almost ends your topic also. I'll begin with the fourth topic. Yes. Let's see about once your college opens. Let's see. I'm feeling a bit scared because students are still not safe as the vaccine is unavailable. We are just gambling, doing nothing. We are just gambling, students. We have no choice than to open the classes and colleges. Okay, that is the only thing. Just I'll let you know soon about these decisions, because I worry about your health. That is the main criteria, and then comes studies, etc., etc., etc. That is the main important thing, is your health. So it doesn't matter if you continue with online classes for some more days. That doesn't matter at all. At least your health will be okay. Yes. Come on. Bye for today.